What's up, you sexy ladies and gentlemen? Hope you're doing well. Apex is literally about to change everything, and we kind of saw this coming, but I was not expecting to see this news so fast, or at least this big of a change, and pros are already reacting and freaking out and panicking. But yeah, all of the way you know to play Apex is about to change forever, and it has already been changing. Honestly, you shouldn't be shocked by this. They've been changing stuff in the game to kind of hint towards this for a while, but it might be more than this, right? POI drafts might be coming. Who knows? You've got rank changes that you always need to be aware of. Then you've also got to take a look into arenas, right? It coming back, and how will this change things? The loadout ideas that they're having. But first off, let's dive into it. Sorry I've been slacking on the content. I've been so busy doing home loans with my other job in all 50 states. By the way, if you need a house, if you need a home loan, your boy can do all 50 states. Just hit me up on Discord or Twitter. Happy to help and give you my discount for the lender credit, because your boy just gives all the discounts away. First off, Yoru came out with this, and he says, I'm sorry I've been busy lately, but here are some of the changes that could possibly be coming. This is from someone who play tested and said this is what they saw. We don't know for sure that it's coming, but it seems like they're definitely trying to get it to come. Fully kitted weapon system. They're going to be removing ground weapon spawns, and you can choose your weapon combination at the start of the game, right? So no more picking up a 301, finding attachments, all this. And this should be no surprise. Revival mode is already doing this, and we've seen them use all these LTMs over the last couple of months, and we thought, okay, it's just an LTM, we're having fun, whatever. But I kind of knew, like, they're trying to get more towards a balanced esport ecosystem in the long run. And so personally, I'm a fan. I like that it's something new, and that it's not really like, oh, you got lucky, you got a gold R301 off the drop, I only got whatever. I like this idea personally, but you know, I can see why OG people are going to complain. It is what it is. But also, your weapons will improve as the ring level increases. Now, don't take, you know, this to the bank yet, because there's different routes and different tests that, you know, they're going to actually try this with. But as each ring level increases, you'll go up on your weapon level. But it doesn't just stop there. You can also change your weapon combination at designated locations, probably going to be a replicator, during the game as well. They also have a legend weapon perk system where, like, you know, Rampart, you know, using LMGs will probably get a buff because, you know, she's an LMG type person. And so if you're not using Rampart, using LMGs, it might be debuffed. Who knows exactly what's all going to happen, but just something to consider there. Oz also came out to show, like, here's all the tests, but here are the rumors. Like I said, this is from someone who played tested it and said that they saw this, but it is subject to change. It is ETA to be coming in season 25, literally just you know, about a year or so. And this whole game is going to change as we know it, because, you know, what once was a land and pick a spot, drop shot over, you know, drop ship over the map and find a gun, find loot, it's not going to be that way anymore. And we definitely don't look like we're going in that direction. And there's more to this than just these guns that I'm talking about. Stay tuned to the end of the video. Test 1 is to remove all guns from the ground loot, choose different loadouts in the lobby, which will then be offered to you during the match, and you can change guns to non-loadout ones through the replicator. Test number 2, they're also trying, you know, once I said this is a play test, right? So they've tried different variants of this system rather than just this one system. But the fact they're even testing it should let you know they want to get rid of, like, the spawning systems of loot on the ground and all that stuff. Test number 2 is to remove all guns and attachments from ground loot, choose different loadouts during the match start once again, and then your guns will get upgraded when certain rounds start up to level 4. So that's what we just had read, right? As rings keep going up and the game gets towards the end, your gun, you know, increases to a higher level. Makes sense, because your shields are going to go up over time as well. Test number 3 is to remove all the guns from the ground loot, choose different loadouts at the match start once again, but your guns will now get upgraded by leveling up your Evo shield. So instead of the ring system, they're going to try also the Evo shields leveling up. I think that one's a good idea as well. And then test number 4, they're also going to try removing most guns, all attachments, all ammo from ground loot. Specific weapons used by specific legends are buffed, right? That's the, you know, legend weapon perk we had talked about. And those same weapons that would be used are probably going to be debuffed if you're not using that, you know, perk oriented legend, with a certain legend plus weapon combo to unlock weapon buffs for every other legend. So it's not just a Rampart LMG. There's other stuff to consider as well. In all of these tests, though, the playtester did say that weapons may still be looted from death boxes and care packages. So that's an interesting twist on this one for sure. many people came out right in the comments here. Misery saying, you know, we are all so cooked if this is real. They want to be Warzone so bad. And some people are saying this is terrible, terrible. We're copying Warzone. This looks awful. This got to be a separate mode. So much hate. No way. Please say, you know, please say this is not true. And it doesn't seem that way, right? They have been continuously testing this method. And the reason that I think, okay, bear with me, put all this stuff together, is because they are going into a system where the esports environment is more important. And when you take a look at what they're already doing in the ALGS, right, they got rid of the drop ship. It's no longer just land where you want to, like a battle royale. They're trying to make it an official, recreational, franchise type, organized is probably a better word, esports system. They don't want rank to be so discombobulated and people going crazy. They like the idea of organized. Organization makes the esport work a little better. So take a look at this. This is how the POI draft system works for the ALGS. Many have discussed that maybe you'll see this come into ranked. All in all, I think they're trying to go to this route. I think they're trying to go towards this new Apex, right? Apex where there's no more looting as much, right? You get loadouts, you get pre-built stuff that you are confident in, and that it's less RNG. They're trying to get rid of RNG, I think, as much as they can. Then you also don't want 5 teams dropping on the same POI. Take a look at this video from the ALGS and how they're picking POIs, right? And there's a draft system of maybe you have ranked play. The highest rated team gets the #1 pick, or you're the worst pick, or whatever. Maybe that's a way to balance out the skill-based matchmaking. If you have a 3-stack pred playing in the same lobby as a 3-stack diamond, maybe let the diamond team get the best POI draft pick so that they can pick their POI, and then the pred team has to pick last or something along those lines. But you could see how these POIs are selected, and you know, they'll gray out whenever they're selected already and you can't choose them. Maybe there could be a mini map menu like this as the rank game is beginning, just like you would pick a legend, right? You have to pick your POI. They could possibly get into something like that, and it seems like that is the direction they are going, especially after all these leaks have just been released by this playtester. On top of that, don't forget this whole organized recreational esport, you know, division that Apex is having. They're probably going to continue to expand on this. This was just months ago, about 7 or 8 months ago. They had mentioned that arenas was backburned, but they were bringing it back at some point. It'll potentially come back in the next 12 to 24 months. That was said 8 months ago, and it's definitely something on our roadmap. If you thought that this got put on the back burner again, think again, because literally just last month, arena trackers made their appearance back in the leaked files. They have them back in the game, and so we know arenas is coming back. That was already a traditional, less RNG, bracket versus bracket, team versus team, you know, oriented esport, and I think they're wanting to get back to that. I think they're wanting to make RNG less of a factor in battle royale so that it feels more like a professional, organized esport. I am, for one, a big fan of that. I understand, though, why you guys might not be. I've heard so much in the comments like, this is a bad idea, this is a bad system, because it's, you know, battle royale is all about being random, and it's all, you know, and I get it, but I do think battle royale is in need of a desperate shakeup. It's been the same thing over and over. Everybody's doing the same thing, and I just am not a fan of the way battle royale has been done for the last couple of years. I am a fan of what they're trying to do, and I at least appreciate that they're trying something different. You guys will know me very well if you've been on the channel, you know, for a while. You'll know I've been kind of pushing for this and rooting for this, so I'm probably the oddball out here when I say all of this and that I like this. I've been complaining about Apex for a while, and I get it. It's probably the first like positive video I think I've made in a while, but look, you guys can disagree with me, and that's fine, but can we all be cordial and just put our thinking caps on to agree Apex needs a major shakeup? It needs something to get some attention somewhere, because we are not at a good, healthy state like we were years ago, and I think we're going to need to shake things up to get back to that scene. And less RNG in a battle royale that has good gunplay is something I can vote for, or at least say I'm willing to try, and I'm interested in being a part of all these tests or whatever happens. And obviously it will take time, but we should know they are progressing through this stage, and it shouldn't be surprising. They've already done this POI stuff. They've been doing the loadout stuff on the floor loot, right? You know, it's less loot. It's just like you pick up a blue Eva, a purple car SMG, the pre-builts that are already on the ground. They've been going in this direction for a while. So I don't really understand why everyone's in the comments freaking out over this like it was just something that was so blindsiding to us. But interesting to say the least of how obviously the community will react to this. There's also a new LTM mode, and I think they're trying and testing a lot of things inside the LTM mode. Look for them to test more with a mode called Knockout, where you'll have infinite respawns. The last 5 teams get eliminated after the round end, and there's multiple capture points, and it's a King of the Hill themed mode. I think they may possibly not only have Warzone type, you know, the way that Call of Duty is doing Warzone competitions, Apex probably wants to do Battle Royale competitions like they always have, but they probably want to also have a multiplayer composition where it might be arenas plus this King of the Hill knockout mode plus a capture the flag mode, do a best of 5, TSM versus Dark Zero, TSM versus NRG versus who, and do a bracket style multiplayer that COD has or something, and expand this esports division, expand all the options that we have. I think they're going in that direction. I've been wanting that, so I'm not going to complain that they're trying stuff out. I know that I'm the oddball out here though. What are your real concerns down in the comments below? Because personally, I'm a fan of trying something new, but I get this is nothing like OG Apex. I loved OG Apex, and I also like the new ideas that they're trying here. Haven't been a fan of what was going on in the last couple of years. So interested to see where your thoughts are down below. What are your big concerns? And until the next time, I'll see you all later, Gators.